Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a brand new Pokemon Sword and Shield video today. We're going to be jumping into all sorts of crazy stuff, including rumors, leaks, and much more in this one. As always, you got to take these things with a grain of salt, but there are some very convincing things in this video that I need you guys to take a look at. So watch the whole thing through. We're covering a handful of things that accurately predicted things or knew things before they came out. This is about to be wild. Hit that like button down below if you guys are hyped for Sword and Shield. Subscribe if you guys are new as I post daily Pokemon content. And you gotta bear with me as I am feeling a little bit under the weather. My throat hurts, I'm sick. I'm gonna bear through it. Hopefully it's all good. Anyway, for those who don't know, Sirfetch'd, the evolution of Farfetch'd, was just revealed, which means we have a brand new Pokemon, and we're gonna reference back to the Affleck leak here, which was a leak that came out back in May that has continuously been proven true. All the things that are blacked out are things that have already been proven true, including Sirfetch'd, including Milo, and Nessa, Sonia, and Leon, and much more, Gigantamax, and so on and so forth. So I'll run through this really quickly, and then we're gonna jump into a riddle that continuously is proven true, and then a rumor that looks very convincing. So a lot of stuff packed in this video. Eternatus being the evil legendary. We still don't know that yet, but a lot of people are assuming that Zacian, Zamazenta, and Eternatus is the last of the trio. We're waiting on Gigantamax forms for Meowth, Lapras, and Pikachu. Meowth apparently is also getting a Galarian form. Squovent and Greedent are Chipmunk Pokemon that we've seen on t-shirts. We're assuming it's what Squovent and Greedent are. One of them is shown on the t-shirts in the stadium, so we have a little bit of insight to that. We also believe that there's a Fairy Gym Leader named Opal and a Fire Gym Leader named Kabu. Those are two Gym Leaders we're waiting for. This already confirmed Milo, Nessa, etc. before they were revealed. Alright, it also talks about the evolutions. Scorbunny turning into Raboot. It talks about Sobble evolving into Sizzle. And Inteleon, a chameleon with a spy theme. And then Grookey ends up being a giant gorilla that beats a wood drum to attack. This is, at this point, I think most people, myself included, believe this all to be real. It has continuously got things right. I don't see why anything would be wrong here. It even got Cramorant right, a Pokemon that picks up fish when it dives and spits it out. Like, it even predicted that. So, pretty crazy stuff here. I definitely feel like this is the case. It's true. It confirms Sirfetch'd again. It just continues to be true and true and true and true, more and more true, every time more information comes out. So very interesting stuff here. But let's jump into the really good stuff. So, this is a post. I translated it. It was originally in Spanish. But it talks about the fact, for those who don't know, Sirfetch'd is going to be a Sword version exclusive. It is only going to be available in Pokemon Sword. So, a lot of people are assuming, or putting out the hypothesis, that we're going to get a Pokemon that is exclusive to Shield to complement Sirfetch'd. That makes sense, right? They always do that. You know, Growlithe, Vulpix, and, you know, Muck and Grimer, you know, or Muck and Coughing, or Wheezing, right? They've always done that. Pokemon games always have version exclusives, and they're generally, you know, complementary of each other in some regard, some way. In this case, we have B, the Fighting type Gym Leader, in Pokemon Sword. In Pokemon Shield, there's actually a Ghost type Gym Leader, and those are version exclusive. So if you play through Sword, you face B. If you play through Shield, you face Alistair. Now, a lot of people are guessing or speculating that there could be a new Pokemon, a Galarian form, or an evolution of an existing Pokemon that is Ghost type that Alistair is going to have instead. And that would make a lot of sense. That is very much so in line with how Pokemon likes to do things, right? It's not surprising if that was the case. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, again, nothing confirmed here, but just a theory. What Pokemon would you see or envision potentially becoming Ghost type? For me, I think of something like Ariados becoming Bug and Ghost, or maybe Parasect becoming Ghost because the Parasite takes over. Maybe Dunsparce will shock the world and become the first normal and Ghost type. Who knows? But anything's possible. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about that. What Pokemon do you think could evolve to a Ghost type to ultimately be the Pokemon that Alistair gets? And maybe it's not a Pokemon that changes types at all. Maybe something like Kyogre gets a new evolution, or maybe something like Golurk gets an evolution, or who knows, right? I mean, anything could be possible, but just some ideas there. Now, we're gonna dive into this. This is a video that I posted on August 8th. It was a riddle, and it posted a handful of different things that at the time we thought started to look pretty real, primarily through Morpeko, and I'm gonna address this here in a second. So I posted this back on August 8th, and it has continuously proven to be true. Now, it could just be a situation where someone just posted a bunch of images and they got lucky. Or it could be someone who actually knows what they're doing and they actually put out a really unique riddle. So let's take a deeper dive into this here, okay? The part that my face cam is blocking is Fat Pikachu, so don't worry about that. But the things that are circled are things that have been sort of confirmed, right? So the little 8-ball with the top hat, that is Galarian Weezing. That was what we assumed that to be. The Clefairy or Clefable with Gengar is Morpeko, right? We know that to be Morpeko. The Teapot, Elephant, that could be Polteageist. It could also be the mysterious Pokemon that Chairman Rose threw out of his Pokeball that we're not too sure about. So those are two different options there. And then, of course, Sirfetch'd being circled as the duck with a staff and a shield. And that is the most recent addition to this rumor slash leak that has been spreading since I covered it back in August, so over a month ago. So this one continuously has things that kind of seem to be proven to be right. There's some question marks here, though, still. And one thing I really want to mention, a lot of people seem to love the penguin, the magician penguin. A lot of people want that. Maybe Wooloo, some sort of herding with Wooloo could be something. Maybe when it evolves, it has some sort of schooling type ability like Wishy-Washy. Who knows? There's like a ram type of Pokemon on there. Really cool moth, butterfly type of deal. A stick bug. Some sort of a Greyhound, which could be Yamper's evolution. There's some sort of Yeti. There's a soccer ball player. There's a spy theme kind of individual. There's the Loch Ness Monster, which could be some sort of form of Lapras. There's this knight up there at the top. But also, one thing that I thought was very interesting is this big dragon head here. And if you guys remember the most recent trailer, there was actually some footage in what looked like the wild area, kind of like some sandstormy area. And then there was a big dragon head sitting on the ground. And that looks very similar to this dragon here. So we can mark that one off as a potential kind of next step in terms of this being potentially proven to be true. Again, it's you know, kind of up in the air. But another thing, the Gargoyle. There was in the last show, there was like a gargoyle kind of statue type-esque thing outside of like the water area on the pier. So a lot of things point towards this potentially being true. And I think if they revealed a penguin, like a wizard penguin, or like a stick bug, I think I would say this thing was 100% real. But we got time to wait, so I think that we may end up coming back to this one. But remember this one here, okay? Remember this particular image and this rumor, because it continues to look more and more legit. And I actually feel like rumors like this tend to have, in some ways, a little bit more weight to them, because they're not text-based. A lot of people make text-based ones. This one's an image-based one that's supposed to be like hints towards stuff. I just feel like it adds a little bit of credibility. It's a little bit more unique, and we actually used to have someone, the Chinese Riddler, who used to do leaks like this. So that's pretty interesting stuff to know. But let's jump into the last thing here, and this one is the one that kind of a lot of people have been sending me yesterday and today about Sirfetch'd, because it seems as though there was some interesting stuff that got correctly predicted. So this was actually back from Sunday, which says there's going to be a trailer at 2 p.m. CEST. Now the trailer ended up being at 3 p.m. CEST, so it was an hour after this originally predicted. It did predict the trailer accurately before the trailer was announced, I will say that, which is why this one kept coming up. But it mentions a handful of different things. So the first thing it mentions is Galarian Farfetch'd fighting is going to be steadfast, and then Sirfetch'd is going to be pure fighting. So I don't necessarily know if this automatically gets debunked here, because it talks about Sirfetch'd being revealed exclusive to Sword. It also talks about Galarian Farfetch'd, and as of right now, we're assuming that regular Farfetch'd evolves into Sirfetch'd. It's the same thing with Wheezing and Coughing, right? Like, we know Galarian Wheezing exists. We're just assuming at this point regular Coughing exists. We don't know anything about Galarian Coughing yet. Is there going to be a Galarian Farfetch'd, or is there going to be something different? Now, the description on the website says Farfetch'd evolves into Sirfetch'd, but that doesn't really tell us whether it's a Galarian Farfetch'd or something different, because it's kind of up in the air, right? Like, how would that work? In the case of Linoon evolving into Obstagoon, only the Galarian Linoons evolve into Obstagoon. So, is it that only the Galarian Farfetch'd evolve into Sirfetch'd? Is there a Galarian Farfetch'd to begin with that they haven't revealed yet? These are questions that I do not know the answers to. So you can either debunk this whole thing from that, or it adds legitimacy to it if indeed there is a Galarian Farfetch'd form. But it is exclusive to Sword, so this person got that correct. And then they mention the next Pokemon. Galarian Chatot becomes electric and flying with a new ability, Auto Tune. It makes sound moves electric type. That would be insane if that was real. Chatot has the move Boom Burst. It is the strongest Boom Burst user in the game with Stab on its normal type Boom Burst. 92 special attack, I think. A little bit higher than X-Plod, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's a little higher than X-Plod. And turning into an electric type and then making Boom Burst an electric type move would be insane. That would actually be insane. That would be super duper cool. And Akapatu, it's like a acapella but like Cockatoo, I think, as well, is flying and electric, and apparently Chatots evolved form. So kind of following the same similar path as Farfetch'd. And then it also mentions Impidimp is dark and fairy with Prankster and Infiltrator. And then it talks about Gigantamax Pikachu becoming electric with Fluffy, which is actually a pretty good ability. And then it talks about a couple other things. The Galar League table, you can see how you compare to trainers you meet on your journey in overall league standings. Every trainer on the route has their own number of badges and win-loss ratio shown on boards in gyms and on league cards. So this is saying that when you battle against random trainers, Bugcatcher Timmy in the forest and Ace Trainer Joseph in the wild area, when you battle these trainers, they actually they're shown on the Galar League table, which is their overall journey to get to the, you know, whatever it is, right? The Galar Championship or whatever. It says that Zacian is steel and water and Zamazenta is steel and fire. So that could be kind of cool. It's hard to really tell in terms of any sort of definition on their typing, but that would actually be kind of neat. And then players who buy Sword and Shield before January 31st can claim a special Pikachu with ability to Gigantamax via mystery gift. That sounds as believable as anything I've read on the internet, because they always do those things. They did it with Munchlax, they did it with, I don't know, Chikorita or Torchic or whatever. Back in the day, they always give out this special mystery gift version that can do something different. And for them to give out a Pikachu that can Gigantamax, I 100% believe that. So that's obviously is a rumor, not anything true, but some very interesting stuff here. I think going back to that other one though, that kind of image-based thing, I have a feeling, man, that could prove to continue to be true. So time will tell on these. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you guys are new. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.